Përshëndetje. If you are new to my YouTube channel, my name is Elson and I organize free online lessons on YouTube. You are welcome to join this lesson or the other lessons as well. Here we have Carrie. Hello, Carrie.
Përshëndetje.
Could you please introduce yourself, but in your native language?
Okay. Hello, my name is Carrie and my native language is English. I am an American from Montana, and the reason I want to learn Albanian is because my best friend is an Albanian.
Okay, that's great. Lucky him.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have, aquí tenemos María Isabel. ¿Puedes hacer el mismo, por favor?
Ok, mi nombre es María Isabel, soy de Puerto Rico y me gusta mucho el lenguaje albanés, por eso escogí tomar las clases con Elson, el mejor.
Me alegro mucho, muchísimas gracias. Ni hao, Lenson.
Ni hao. Like in Chinese, right? I need to introduce myself. Okay. 大家好，我叫 Lanson，我来自台湾，我想学阿尔巴尼亚语，因为我觉得阿尔巴尼亚是一个很有趣、很漂亮的国家，我希望能够更多了解这个国家与民族。
Okay, that's great. Shumir. Okay, Jona Pot, Kitty.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hogy van? Yeah, you get?
Jól vagyok, köszi.
Okay, go ahead. Can you do the same, please, in Hungarian?
Sziasztok, Kitty vagyok, magyar vagyok, Magyarországról, Budapestről, és azért tanulok albánul, mert nagyon tetszik az albán nyelv, illetve a kultúra és az ország egész.
Okay, perfect. Shumir. Francesca, can you please tell me where are you from, but in your native language? Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Francesca. I'm from Elbasan, Albania, but my Albanian isn't perfect, so I'm hoping to improve it, especially and stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for joining. We have some viewers from YouTube. If you want to join this free lesson, go to learnalbanianonline.net, and there you have the link to this live lesson. Okay, the lesson will be 1 hour, and it's the last lesson about verbs in subjunctive mood. I will start screen sharing for all the viewers on YouTube. Give me a second. Here we are. Okay, if someone joins, please, Carrie, let me know.
Okay.
Here, as I said, this is the fourth class about subjunctive mood of verbs, and today we will talk about verbs that end in a vowel, irregular verbs, and their subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood has tenses, and today we'll talk about present simple tense. This lesson is very related with the previous lessons I have done, so if you have not watched those, please do that and then watch this lesson, because otherwise it will be a bit difficult for you to understand. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. I have been mentioning in the previous lessons as well, different categories of verbs that we have in Albanian. Different textbooks say that there are 6 classes of verbs, some others 4 or 5, etc. Some others just 2, regular, irregular verbs, 2 categories. Here we have 5 categories of verbs. The first one were those that end in J. We have talked about those, the subjunctive mood. That's the most regular class. Another one which is super regular is the second one. They are also called reflexive verbs, or verbs that end in EM. In the last lesson, we talked about verbs that end in a consonant, and today we'll talk about verbs that end in a vowel, but in subjunctive mood. And irregular verbs, the last class. So today we'll finish with verbs. Okay, now what is a mood? Be careful, each mood, there are 6 moods in total, and the most important ones, indicative, subjunctive, and imperative. Each mood has a tense in Albanian. So the tense we'll study today is present tense of subjunctive mood. A mood is how the speaker expresses something through the verb. It can be either a wish or just a fact, or when he or she is surprised, etc. So we will start now with verbs that end in a vowel. We have here on slide number 4 the verb pi, which is to drink, or pi cigare, to smoke. Ha, which is sorry, to eat, not to say, that's to eat. And D is to know something, saber en español, D. So I will start first with a conjugation in indicative mood, and then we'll compare it with subjunctive mood. There are not many verbs that end in a vowel in Albania. There are just around 15 verbs, not many. And today I will talk about some of them. Let me write first. Does anyone remember the conjugation of P in indicative present tense? Harry, do you remember it? I drink, you drink.
I'm sure it's in here somewhere.
Un
Not off the top
P.
of my head, no.
Un P, TP, IIOP. The first three persons are the same. Ne, ne, pim, you, pini, atato, pim. Yes, ataurato, pim. So this is in indicative. Here we have Matthew. Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
So what we did today is we introduced ourselves, but in our native language. Can you do the same, please?
Okay. My name is Matt. I'm from New York. I'm excited to learn Albanian because my wife is Albanian, and I've traveled to Albania twice, and I plan to return again soon.
Perfect. That's great. Mir. So today we'll talk about subjunctive mood, as I said in the previous lesson as well. It's the last lesson about subjunctive mood. Mir, these are the verbs that end in a vowel, and this was it in indicative. So un pi chai, I drink, ti un pi cafe, etc. Now I'll teach you how to change it to subjunctive. If you'll have any questions, feel free to interrupt me. We have said earlier that subjunctive mood, every single verb in subjunctive, it has a t before the verb. That in many sentences and contexts, it is equivalent to the English to go to work, to study, etc. So the we said that the plural and the first person does not change, remains the same. So also for this verb, we do not change the first person. So it is just the be, of course, with the before the verb. Let's go also to plural, remains the same. The pim here, the pini, and the last one, the pim. What changes is the second and the third person. In the second person, we say the pish, and the third person, the pi. Now, for other verbs that we have talked before, they all take an in the third person, but not all of them take that consonant J. Why do we put that consonant? Because otherwise we have two vowels together. We have a crash of vowels. If we put the consonant to make it easier to pronounce. So, unte pish, p, net pim, utepim, of the verb to drink or to smoke. Let me write an example. You can create your pen. You can pull do, the, pish, per manjes. So manjes is breakfast. What do you want to drink? Çfarë do the junk says? It's used with modal verbs a lot. It's used with the future, with some phrases. It's good, it's bad, it's necessary, it's important, etc. So çfarë do të pish per mëngjes. It's the second person, çfarë do të pish. Normally pronouns, we don't use them because that is singular. Do Albana, which is a girl's name, Albana nuk do të pi asgjë. Albana doesn't want to drink anything. Albana nuk do të pi asgjë. Do you have any questions, Kerry, Kitty, Lanson, Matthew, Francesca?
Yo.
Okay. So just remember how to use subjunctive. If you don't know that, if it's the first time you're hearing it, go back to 5 lessons ago. We talked about that in details.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me, mute yourself because I hear noises in one of the backgrounds. Can you mute yourself, please, okay? And when you want to talk, unmute it again. Thank you. Okay, now it's silent. Mir. Next verb is eat. Ha, very easy to memorize. Ha, ti ha, ayayo ha. Ne, ham, you, hani, ata, ato, han. This is in indicative. And in subjunctive, exactly the same form. Carrie, can you conjugate that verb in subjunctive, please?
Ta ha.
Huh?
Tahash.
Huh?
Taha.
No, why ha? Why ha? What is the? It's not Chinese. So what is that vowel? What is that consonant in between?
J.
So
hi.
Hi, the hi. So that at the end is not pronounced. No one will say the higher. No one pronounces the at the end. The high. Und the ha, ti, the ha, shai, with a t before the high. The plural doesn't change. Ne, the ham, you, the honey, atato, the han. Just this conjugation, the han. This conjugation here doesn't make sense just like that, because unha you can make a sentence, I eat, but unta it's not correct. You need something in between. You need a verb, a modal verb, an expression, etc. So, for example, adot hashtani apo mavon. Do you want to eat now or later? Adot hashtani apo mavon. We don't use a pronoun because we know, as you can see, each verb has a different form. So whichever verb you put, you know what pronoun you're referring to. So we don't say adota hashti tania pomavon. We don't use ti at all. You'll never hear it in spoken Albanian. Adota hashti. Adot hashtani. Let's go to D. It's exactly the same structure. Matthew?
Undi,
Can you
TD.
conjugate it?
Undi, TD, IIOD. Nedim. Udini.
Udini, atato.
Atato din.
Din, very well. Atato din. Be careful in many, I don't know, posts. I've also seen it in books. It's like this, din and din, but it's very wrong. It's not correct. Yeah, go ahead, Matthew. Subjunctive now.
Dot di.
Not future, just the di. This is subjunctive.
Tadish.
Tadish. Iota.
Tadia.
The D. We see a longer E because of J. It sounds like a long. Ne?
Tadim.
Tadim doesn't change. Ne tadim. You tadini. Tadim.
Tadini.
Very well, correct. Tadim. So just the tricky part about subjunctive is that the second and the third person will change this ending. Sometimes we need the consonant. Topunoi, we have said it earlier, tomasoi, etc. Here, an example. Now, I memorize this ta from the previous lesson, which means, which is a combination of subjunctive plus the word it. So this ta in subjunctive plus it, which is a, creates the ta. In other words, if you want to say in Albanian, for example, using the verb to know, do you want to know it? Ado, not ta anymore and a, but they melt together to ta. Ado ta dish, do you want to know it? Ado ta dish. Or I don't want to know it. Nuk dua ta di. What is the ta? It is the subjunctive ta plus the word it. I don't want to know it. Do you want to know it? It creates ta. Mir, nuk do ta dish, nuk dua ta di. Do you have any questions? Any of you? Do you want me to repeat anything? Did you write any examples? Okay, let's go to the next slide. We have another verb there. This is a verb ri, to stay, ri. It's a synonym to the verb chandroi, but it doesn't belong to this category. The verb chandroi is regular. We'll talk about ri. The same conjugation. Un ri is in indicative, ti. Ri Kitty, go ahead.
Aiori.
Oh.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Nerim.
Yes. Go ahead.
Nerim. Jurini. Atatorim.
Yes, Kitty. Very well. Atatorim. In subjunctive, Kitty. Go ahead. Ri.
Teri. Ti terish. Aioterin. Ne terim. Juterini. Atatoterin.
Very well. Atato, terin, correct. For example, a sentence, Kudoterish kurtoshkosh me pushime. Where will you stay? Where do you want to? The same sentence has two translations. Where will you stay or be stay? So, kudoterish kurtoshkosh me pushime. Where will you stay when you go on vacation? Kudoterish, ku, not kur, ku. Kudoterish, that is subjunctive. We have another subjunctive here, by the way, toshkosh, but it's not part of these verbs. It's another type of verb. Why subjunctive there? Because we have the conjunction, the temporal linking word kur. It's like a condition. When you go there, where will you? So when you go, here's another sentence. Hello? Hello, hello, do you hear me?
A little bit, you're breaking up a little.
Do you... Okay. Working now? Do you hear me now?
The connection's in and out.
Yeah. Now it's...
Okay, so et leva doterigis mon memoir, the translation, et leva wants to stay always with me, wants to stay doteri. Why subjunctive? Because of the dot, because of the modal verb wants. Okay? Mir, so that's ri. Do you have any questions? Doterish, where will you stay? Ku doterish, dotori na hotel, I will stay in the hotel. Dotori, ne doterim, we will stay, or ne duam terim, we want to stay, etc. Mir, let's go to the next slide. Tell me, Matthew.
I was just going to ask, like, for a command, how would you say, like, to a dog?
Yes, like stay.
Yep.
That's another mood. It's called not subjunctive, but imperative. So in Albanian we say order, which is imperative mood, and we surprisingly use the same as in indicative. So we say ri, like that.
Mir.
But be careful with an exclamation mark at the end. Ri, stay, ri. But that's another mood. It's not the mood that we are studying. It's not subjunctive. It's imperative.
Mafalmi.
Yes, probably. I'm just saying, just letting you know, it's indicative. It's imperative. Mir. If there are many dogs, rini. Good luck saying that to a cat. Mir. So either ri or rini. Do not use subjunctive mood if you give commands. You can use subjunctive if you want to give suggestions or recommendation or advice, but not a command. So, for example, duhet terish, nështëpi, for example. You should stay home, or you must stay home. You have to stay home. Duhet, that's all of them. So, duhet terish, nështëpi. This is not a command. We are using the verb to stay ri, but it's subjunctive. Why? Because of the modal verb. And it's not a command. It's an advice or recommendation. I don't know. So, duhet terish, you should stay at home.
Mir.
Yeah, this is subjunctive. Indicative would be like this. Rinnerstepi. Rinnerstepi, stay at home. This is imperative. Rinnerstepi. Okay, let's go to slide number just.
Elson.
I can hear you.
Did you?
We are having a thunderstorm in approaching.
Oh.
Hello?
Yeah, because you were perfect before, and then it started to break up again.
Hello?
We can hear you sometimes.
Okay, do you hear me or no?
Yeah, now it's fine, I think.
Yeah.
At this moment.
Near hippie.
I can hear you.
Get on. Okay, thank you. Near hippie, to get on. The conjugation is a bit different comparing it to the previous verb that we just conjugated. So it's like this. Un hippie, hippen. This is indicative, not subjunctive yet. Ayayo, hippen. It's a review of the previous lesson. Ne hippim, you hipni, and atato, hippin. This is indicative. Check out in subjunctive, the first person again doesn't change. Unte hippie. The next one, be careful, tite hippush. So it is a verb that belongs to the same class of verbs. However, it's conjugated differently. Unte hippie, tite hippush, ayayota, hip with an umlaut at the end. The plural doesn't change. Nete hippim, jute hippim, tata hippim. Nete hippim, jute hippni, and atato hippim. Okay, we have some viewers from YouTube. Thank you for watching. There are some, you can join if you want. Go to learnalbanianonline.net and to live lessons. Okay, tehipim. Here are some sentence, for example. Duhet te hipush tu ve te zbresăș te staționi theater. You should get on the bus here and get off the bus in the next bus stop. So hipush, check out the hipush. You should get on here. You should get on the bus here. And zbresăș, that's the verb to get off the bus. Also means to climb down, zbres. So zbresăș te staționi theater. Mir. Exactly the same conjugation with the verb etsi, which is to walk. But if you say etsi me machin, that's to drive the car. Etsi me biciclet, that's to ride the bicycle. So un etsi, the same conjugation. I etsen, ayayo etsen, ne etsim, you etsni, ata ato etsim. By the way, this verb is quite often used in imperative. Ets, like walk, or go. Ets. This one, for example, ets. Here, let me see. Francesca, can you please conjugate this verb in a subjunctive mood?
I can try.
Go ahead, take your time. Remember, first person doesn't change, plural doesn't change, only the second and the third, which is exactly the same, like hippie. Unte etsi. Ti. Etsash. Ayayo. Te ets. Third person, te ets with umlaut. Ne, the plural doesn't change. Nete. Etsim, you te. Etsni, atato te etsin. Atato te etsin. Lenson, do you have questions? Maria Isabel?
Yo.
Okay. Amunt etzăș mă speit. Amunt etzăș mă speit. Either can you walk faster, or if you are on the car, that means can you drive faster? If you're on the bicycle, can you ride faster? Amunt etzăș mă speit. Amunt mă. Sorry, not me, mă. Amunt etzăș mă speit. Can you drive, walk faster? Here's another sentence. Eu dită îți șumir me biciclet. She knows how to ride the bicycle very well. She knows how to ride very well, basically. Eu dită îți. So the expression, the verb, the main verb is îți me biciclet. Îți me. To ride the bicycle, îți me biciclet. Eu di șumir te îți me biciclet. Here, any questions? Did you write any sentences? Can you make a sentence, any of you? Kitty, can you try? With any of the verbs that we did, with any of the verbs, to eat, to drink, to stay.
Est rendezésme töpi sum új.
Perfect, Shumir. So just you forgot one little word. So rendezésme. And then töpi sum új. I don't know, maybe I didn't hear, but with a before. Okay? Rendezésme töpi sum új. It's important for you to drink lots of water. Okay? If you want to say rendezésme, it's very important, etc. Other sentences? Lanson, can you try a sentence with any of the verbs? Carrie, yes?
I tried one. Okay. Du het et atje septe shumbakur.
What's the translation?
You should walk there because it's very beautiful.
Yes, that makes sense. Shumir, correct. Do the etnia septe shumbakur. Be careful, it's is just the action of walking. It's not, maybe in English it also has the meaning of walking, but also enjoying the view, maybe.
Okay.
So to take a walk like that, to enjoy, to wander, etc. But eight is just walking, just the action of walking.
Okay.
Yes, just walking, because maybe you should go there, then it's more correct. This sentence is also very, very correct, but it's not, we wouldn't use it this way, the verb etsi. Etsi just means to walk.
Do you have a different
maybe
verb
you should go over there.
Better?
Do it to shkoni. You should go there, over there, do to shkoni atje, yes.
Okay.
Or you should pass, do to kaloni atje, sepse shumë bukur, either pass or walk there. Mirë, tjetër, Lenson?
Okay, I'll try one. Është më mirë të ecësh atje me makinë.
Okay, shumë mirë. Është më mirë të ecësh atje me makinë. It's better to ride the car there. That's correct. Është më mirë të ecësh me makinë atje, or atje me makinë. It's correct. Or you can say this one. Është e ndaluar të ecësh këtu me makinë. It's forbidden to ride the car, to drive the car here. Makinë. Është e ndaluar is just one of those expressions. It's good, it's bad, it's important. It's what's in English? I forgot it. It's forbidden. Është e ndaluar. It's forbidden to ride the car here. To drive. Other questions? Other sentences? Francesca, can you try a sentence? With any of the verbs, to eat, to drink, to say, to know. So subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood is very used with when you give advice as well. So it's good for you to eat less, maybe, to eat more, to drink more water, to drink less, to go there, to do this, any of those, to sleep more, I don't know.
So you have written hippie adesso.
Any of the verb, whichever you like. You can use this. Okay, with hippie or etsi, can you make a sentence with that? You can give an advice to someone. For example, you should not drive, or you should not drive fast. Nuk duhet të ecësh shpejt me makinë në qytet. You should not drive fast in the city. Nuk duhet të ecësh me makinë. Okay, shumë mirë. So there are many ways to say to drive the car, actually. You can say jap makinës, atë që thatë ju, ose ngas makinën, but ngas, or I jap makinës, or eci me makinë, all these mean to drive the car. Now, ngas and jap do not belong to this category of verbs, so let's use eci more. Mir, we'll conjugate some other verbs. Slide number 7, it's exactly the same conjugation with iki. Iki means to go and to leave. Iki, but it's something between to go and leave. So not simply just to go somewhere, but also to leave. So the conjugation is the same. Un, iki, ti, iken, ayayo, iken, iken. Ne ikim, you ikni, ata, ato, ikin. This is indicative again. Now let's go to subjunctive. Un te iki, first person doesn't change. Ne te ikim, plural doesn't change. You te ikni, ata, ato, te ikin. What changes is the second and the third person. Lanson, what is the second?
This, could you repeat the question again?
The second person.
Ikush.
Ikush, very well. Check out because normally we just put the sh sound at the end to make the subjunctive second person. Here we put the vowel If we don't have the vowel it's hard to pronounce iksh. So we need that vowel ikush. It helps us just like with the consonant J that we said. And the third person, Lanson,
Ikun? No. Ikai.
The ik with umlaut at the end. Just umlaut at the end. We said the hip to get on to climb. It's the hip with umlaut.
Okay.
Here is a sentence. Make. So this is a verb either to go or to leave. There are of course other verbs that you can use instead of iki. So here's me dote ikush me ku shime katavit. So Mecca, with whom? With which person? With whom will you go on holidays this year? Mecca.ikush. You can perfectly say Mecca.shkosh. It makes sense. So Mecca.ikush me pushime katavit. Mecca with whom? Which person? Here's another sentence. Kurdo ikush ga I don't know, Shqipëria. When will you leave from Albania? When will you go or leave or fly from here? Kur do të ikësh? Ikësh is the second person. Mirë, keni pyetje? Do you have any questions?
No.
No.
Let's go to the next slide, number 8. These verbs are not very used. They are verbs that follow the same conjugation, either in indicative and in subjunctive. And we'll start with the first one, le. Le is the verb to leave either something or someone. That is le. The conjugation in indicative, I'm not sure whether you remember it or not. So it is un, le, ti, le, ai, aio, le. Ne, lem. Be careful now, you lini. For some reason, it has to be irregular there. Atato, len. In subjunctive, first person doesn't change, plural doesn't change, only changes the second and the third person. It changes to, so unta le doesn't change. Tita, lush. Here you don't put an extra umlaut because we already have an extra vowel. We already have one in the middle, so just put an sh. To lush, to leave. To lush, to leave. And the last one, telei, with an umlaut and with umlaut at the end, the vowel in between. It has another version, this one, which is also used, teler, with an R at the end, teler. The same tever and tezer. Zer, it's not used with zer, just le and the. So ler, teler. Plural does not change. Netelem, utelinea tatotolen. Here's an example. Amunt tale makinan këtu. Can I leave my car here? Amunt tale makinan këtu. What is ta? It is the subjunctive subjunctive ta plus the word it. So it's that A that we said earlier. Why it is the word car here? Am unë ta lë makinën këtu? Can I leave my car here? Can I park it here? Maybe can I stop here? Am unë ta lë makinën këtu? Or here's another one. Kur do ta lësh punën? Matthew, can you translate this sentence?
Yeah, so when will you leave work?
Yes, very well. When will you leave work? Kur do ta lësh punën? So we have the word punën. We have makinën. It is something mentioned. It's an accusative there. There's an object there. That's why we have ta. It changes to ta. Okay, so the plural ne të lëm, ju të lini, ata ato të lën. Let's go to v, which is to put something. But if you say v në karikim, this means to charge something, your phone, your camera, etc. V në karikim. So in indicative it's v, etc. Let's go directly to subjunctive. Unë të v, ti të vësh. Ai, ajo të, either this one or the ver with an umlaut. Ne të vëm. Be careful here, just like lini, të vini, which is exactly the same for the verb to come, vini, viti, viena, etc. But here it's the verb to put. And the last one, ata, ato, të vën. Here is an example. Nesër do të shkoj me pushime, tomorrow I'll go on holidays, duhet të vë telefonin në karikim. So to put it literally on charging. To charge it, duhet të vë telefonin në karikim. Vë telefonin në karikim. Tell me?
So is this is this like the root word, or I don't know, for visham? Visham?
No, visham. No, it's not. It's not to put on or to wear. It's just to put something somewhere. To put it on the table. So v telefonin bi tavolin. Not to put on. You can say to put on your glasses. That is correct. Not clothes. So
right,
v syzet.
But they're
not vesh. No. No, it's not related with vesh.
No? Oh,
Vesh
okay.
to
Gotcha.
wear. No. Vesh is to wear, to put on, that is vesh.
Okay.
So, vë telefonin mbi tavolin, vë syzet, to put on your glasses, etc. Here's the last one, z, to catch. Z. Und. It's not to catch, but using, not if I throw a ball and you catch it, it's to catch fish, to catch a rabbit, so to use something, a tool that helps you to catch it. So you can say in Albanian, zë pesht. To catch fish, zë pesht. Me rjet, with a net, etc. Unë të zë, ti të zësh, ai, ajo të, either zë, very rarely I've not heard it personally with a zër, like this. Ne të zëm, now be careful here, ju të zini, ata ato të zën. For example, a do të zësh pesht me mua, do you want to go fishing, do you want to catch fish me mua, with me, a do të zësh pesht. These three verbs in general are not very used. These three are not common, because we can use other verbs instead of these. For example, vë në karikim, you can perfectly say karikoj, which is a verb itself, karikoj. Okay, any questions?
Është gabim të thuash dua ta ve telefonin?
Është shumë e saktë, të dy janë të sakta. Shumë e saktë, sikur e thash më përpara, just like I said earlier, can I leave the car here? You can also say, can I charge the phone? So either tv or tav with ta. Both are correct.
Okay.
Either in the previous one, both are correct. In the previous one, I am highlighting, I'm emphasizing more the car, it. But if you just say t, you emphasize it less. With ta, you emphasize it more. A mund të lë makinën këtu, a mund ta lë makinën këtu. With ta, you are emphasizing it more. The car, it. Okay? Other questions? Mir, there are some other verbs in the next slide. The verb dua, to want. We have conjugated it previously as well. Un, dua, ti, do, aio, do, ne duam, you doni, atato duan. This is in indicative, or in Albanian we call it menura dëftore, indicative mood. We are on slide number 9. In subjunctive, un të dua, which is not I love you, is just I want something, etc. Un të dua, ti të duash. These are irregular ones. Be careful here, aio të doj. So it's an irregular verb. All these three are irregulars. Un të dua, ti të duash, aio të doj. Ne plural doesn't change that. Ne të duam, ju të doni, atato të duan. Here's a simple example. We have learned many interrogative pronouns or question pronouns. For example, si, kur, who, or chfar, or sa, etc. All these you can make a sentence. For example, any of these, and then të duash, which means si të duash if you take the first one, however you like or however you want. Kur të duash, whenever you want. Ku të duash, wherever you want. Chfar të duash, whatever you want. Sa të duash, as many or as much as you want. Any of those question pronouns, you can use them here. Të duash, that's the subjunctive mood. Kur të duash, sa të duash. It's like an expression that we have. Mir, bie, which is the word that has the most translations in Albanian. There are in total 44 translations for bie. No other verbs, no other words have this many translations. The first translation and the most used one is to fall, but depending on other words that we put after or before, it gets a totally different translation. Mir, here is directly the conjugation in subjunctive. Un të bie, it's an irregular one as well. Ti të biesh, it's irregular right here. Aio të bier, të bier. Then it goes back to regular. Ne të biem, ju të bini, atato të bien. For example, here's one of the usages. Para se, before, conjunction that is followed with subjunctive. Para se të biesh, të flesh. Get written. Before you fall asleep or before you go to sleep, turn off the light. Para se të biesh. Why subjunctive? We have this type of construction, para se. So to fall is bie, but if you say bie të fle, this is to go to sleep or also to fall asleep. To go to sleep is more used, bie të fle. Para se të biesh të flesh, fike driten. Or here's another one.
What word is fike? What is the...
Fike means turn it off. Turn it off, fike. It's imperative of fik, which is turn off, fik.
Okay.
And fike means turn it. That A, it's it. Turn it off, the light in this case. Here's another sentence. Kur të bjerë telefoni, when the phone rings, mos u përgjigj. When the phone rings, don't answer. Kur të bjerë telefoni. So here's another translation of bie. If you say bie telefoni, the phone rings. Someone is ringing the phone. The phone is ringing. These are different translations of bie. There are so many, 44 in total. Let's go to the verb to sleep. Un të fle, ti të flesh, ajo të flej, ne të flem. Be careful here we have a change of vowel. You të flini, flini. And the last one, atato të flen. We have a change of vowel to E in you person. A mund të fle tani, can I sleep now? A mund të fle tani, or është e rëndësishme të flesh të paktën ted or na with ted or. It is important to sleep at least 8 hours. Öster and sich met the flesh. Te pakten. That's not subjunctive there. Not that te pakten needs at least. It has nothing to do with subjunctive. Te pakten at least. So öster and sich met the flesh. Te pakten ted or the flesh to sleep. Ajo do të flej vetëm. She wants to sleep alone. Another sentence. Mir, questions? Okay, let me see if anyone has posted any questions in the chat box. Pamie view. Okay, Matthew. Pamie is the view. Pamie. Let's go to slide number 10. We are done with verbs that end in a vowel. There are no more. These are the most important ones. There are not many, as you can see. Now let's go. The second part of the lesson will be about irregular verbs. So we are done with those with the vowel. Now irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. Today we'll talk about the verb to be and to have that are irregular in every direction possible. And here is the conjugation, first in indicative, then in subjunctive. Un jam, ti je, ajo ajo është. Ne jemi, ju jeni, ata ato janë. In subjunctive, un të it's irregular because also first person changes. Un të jem, ti të jesh. From ajo ajo është, ajo ajo të jetë. Ne të jemi, plural, ju të jeni. Be careful, the last person changes there. Ata ato të jenë. So that's why it's irregular, this verb, të jenë. For example, këtë vit, this year, vera do të jetë shumë e nxehtë. This year, summer will be very hot. Këtë vit, vera do të jetë, will be. Here's another sentence. A do të jesh I lirë nesër në orën 6. Will you be available? Will you be free tomorrow at 6? A do të jesh I lirë nesër në orën 6? Exactly the same with come. With come, I'll copy it. It's, as I said, exactly the same conjugation, but instead of that J, we put a K. Un kam, un të kem. Ti ke, ti të kesh. Ai ajo ka, ai ajo të ket. Ne kemi, ne të kemi. Ju keni, ju të keni. Ata ato kan, ata ato të ken. Okay, here's a sentence. Duhet të kesh kujdes kur të kalosh rrugën. You should be, in English you say to be careful, but in Albanian we say to have care. So that's why it's kesh there. You should be careful when you cross the street. Duhet të kesh kujdes kur të kalosh rrugën. Or duhet të kesh besim tek unë. You should trust me. Word by word, you should have trust to me. You should trust me. Duhet të kesh besim tek unë. Mirë. Questions? Okay, the last slide about conjugation of verbs, slide number 11, is another irregular verb, the verb to say. Un them in subjunctive, un të them. Ti thua, ti të thuash, thuash. Ai ajo thot, ai ajo të thot or të thoj. Të thoj with a J. Both of them are correct. Ne themi, ne të themi, plural doesn't change. You thoni, you të thoni, ata të thon, ata të thon. Okay, here is a very important question, a sentence for you all. I will write it now. Çfarë do të thot kjo, I don't know, kjo fjalë maybe, në anglisht. What, so to say, to tell, but also to mean. What does this word, kjo fjalë, what does this word mean in English? Çfarë do të thot kjo fjalë në anglisht? What does this word mean in English? Çfarë do të thot? What does it mean? Çfarë do të thot? Word by word, what What does it want to say? Word by word, what does this word want to say? Çfarë do të thotë kjo fjalë në anglisht? Çfarë do të thuash me këtë? What do you mean by this? Çfarë do të thuash me këtë? What do you mean with this?
Alison.
Tell me.
Third person, I feel like is. I mean, they're all used a lot, but third person in this verb, I feel like, is used very often because.
Okay.
If you're on the phone with somebody and somebody else says something, you'd say, Alison thought.
Yes. Yeah. In indicative, yes, it's very used. Indicative. Also in subjunctive, I do të thought. This verb is used. But in the subjunctive, these two are both used. This one, both are correct. Okay. Now that sentence that you said, Elsoni thought, is indicative. Elsoni thought, Elson says, I thought. So I'm using this one here, not subjunctive.
Oh.
Mir. Theater, other questions? Okay, now it's your turn to talk. We have an exercise. It's a good one. And number 1, Carrie. Number 2, Francesca. Number 3, Kitty. Number 4 and 5, Lenson. Number 6, Matthew. Number 7 and 8, Maria Isabel. Number 9, Elson. Did I forget any? Okay, I'll do number 9. Mir, take your time, think a little bit. If you are ready to do it now, let me know. I don't remember the numbers, what I just said, so if you remember yours, we can start. We have the words in English. These are verbs that we just did. To smoke is the same verb as to drink. I'll do the last one anyway.
I think I know. Hopefully I know.
Okay, which one is yours, Matthew?
Joshed.
Okay, numeri jashtë. Mirë, in a sentence, anywhere when you read a book, an article, it's not important to understand every single word. So you can make sense, you can understand the sentence, etc., the article, by the context. If you understand 2 or 3 words, you can make the connection in your mind. So go ahead with number 6, Matthew.
Sipas para shikimit te motit nesër do biashi gjithditën.
So, okay, tell me the translation in English. According to the weather forecast. Sipas para shikimit te motit, according to the weather forecast.
Tomorrow, it will rain.
Will, perfect.
It will rain all day.
All day long. Yes, you didn't. Now you said it will. Where did you put the will here? We should also use. We should use. It's not a must about the future. We should
Nesër do të.
Yes. And now it's not be for the third person. What was for the third person? It's irregular. This one. Go back to slide number.
Let me see. I am. Bier.
Bier dot biershi. So nesër do të bjershi. We only use the third person for rain. I don't say I will rain. Maybe that makes sense in English. In Albanian, it's only third person for rain. So sipas parashikimit motin, nesër do të bjershi gjithditën. I said about this të is optional. That të is optional only in the future. If you are using future simple, that të is optional. But the verb is bjer. Okay, once again, sipas parashikimit të motit, nesër do të bjershi gjithditën. According to the weather forecast, tomorrow it will rain all day long gjithditën. Who is ready? Carrie, which one was yours? Carrie? Kitty? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I think I can do mine.
Okay.
I
Yes,
got 4 and 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Çfarë doni të wait. Çfarë doni të
What person is it?
I think it's you, right?
Yes. Which you? Singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. So what's the ending?
Wait.
Remember
the it's the same, right?
Remember the plural doesn't change.
Yeah, so it's honey.
Honey, very well. And one more thing. Every single verb, no exceptions. Every single verb in Albanian, in the you person, either in present or future, you person takes me at the end. Every verb, no exception.
Okay.
So, çfarë doni të hani? What do you want? What would you like to eat? You said also 5, yes?
Yep. And 5, mund të thuash,
Po.
çfarë të duash.
Shumë mirë, mund të thuash çfarë të duash. You can say whatever you want. Mund të thuash çfarë të duash. Okay, Carrie, Kitty, Francesca, Maria Isabel.
I'm ready. Okay, number nya.
Po.
Pusht e rën të fishme të pish rreth 2 litra ujë në ditë.
Shumë mirë. Është e rëndësishme të pish rreth 2 litra ujë në ditë. Now, this advice you are giving it to a second person, you, singular, informal. That's perfectly correct. It's important for you to drink around 2 liters of water every day, a day, etc. So you can also say është e rëndësishme të pi, but then you are giving this advice to yourself. It's important for me to drink. Është e rëndësishme të pim. It's important for us. You can change the verb whichever you like. Kitty, Maria Isabel, Francesca?
Me?
Yes, Maria Isabel?
Number 8.
So number seven, it's like a dialogue. Ku është Arbeni tani? Where is Arbeni now? The answer?
Okay. Mund të hesh?
No, mund të. Why hesh? What's the verb?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know it's a dialogue. Okay. Mund të hash? No.
Not the Spanish, not the
head. I'm sorry, I 3 language there. Mund të head?
Not in Spanish. Not in Spanish. This is a yeah.
Jet?
Yet. Mund të jet në shtëpi. Mund të jet. He might be at home. Where's Arbeni tani? Where is Arben now? He might be home. Mund të jet. Mund të jet. Number 2. Who had that one? Kitty, I think?
Jo, e kisha më atë.
Okay, po, mund ta lexosh?
Po, pasi të ham dark, do të shohim film.
Shumë mirë. We person, why? Check out the second part of the sentence is we. So it's more correct to say after we have dinner, we will watch a movie. It's also correct, of course, to say after I eat dinner, we'll watch the movie. That's also grammatically correct. Here, passive. Why subjunctive? We are using the conjunction passive. Number 3, Kitty. Kitty, do you hear me? I do not hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
Perfect. Ajo do të di se ku është rrugë për të parë ku I qytetit.
Shumë mirë. Ajo do të di, she wants to know. Do të di se ku është rruga për të parë ku I qytetit. She wants to know the street to the park of the city. Për te, to there, to that place, to there. That's why that për te. Number 7, I'll do number 9. Numri 9 është ndaluar. It's forbidden. It's forbidden to. Now to smoke, just so we can make the difference because to drink and to smoke, after P we put the word either cigare or duhan. Është ndaluar të. Either pish or pini, depending whom you are saying this sentence, and then so we know the difference to drink alcohol or to smoke. Cigare or duhan në spital. Është ndaluar të pini duhan në spital. It's forbidden, është ndaluar. The opposite, it's allowed, është e lejuar. However, for these two words, we would also use the reflexive form ndalohet, which means it is forbidden, and lejohet, it is allowed. But these are reflexive verbs. They have nothing to do with subjunctive at the moment. Mir, any sentences? I have just one more sentence on slide number 13.
I have a question.
Tell me, Lenson.
Yeah, like in the last sentence, if we just want to say like in general it is forbidden or it is allowed, then it's better to use the reflexive verb, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So you'd say just ndalohet. Then you'd still use either tepish, ndalohet tepish tigara, or duhan or tepini. So you'd still have to deal with this one here. I would go with pini because it's formal and it's plural. It is referred to many people formally.
Okay, got it.
But if you want to use that ndalohet and then not another verb after it, then it will be like this, a bit more complicated. We are dealing with the so-called in grammar gerunds, where a verb is a noun. Ndalohet pirya eduhanit. It is forbidden the smoking of the plant of the whatever it's called, tobacco, I think. Yeah. So ndalo is pirya. Pirya here is the noun, which comes from the verb pi.
Okay.
Mir.
Solamente
So, no problem. Okay, I have one sentence in number 13. Kerry, can you try to translate this sentence? Or any of you, try to translate it and then you can type it in the chat box maybe. So that sentence, tomorrow morning I will be busy, but in the evening I have time. Try to write it and send it directly in the chat box on the right side. If you're watching from YouTube, you can try to do those exercises and you can post your answers in the comment section below. You can forward the video or you can backward it so you can replay any of the grammar points again. Mir, let me know if, okay, let's see who wrote it here. Okay, we have Carlo again, Përshëndetje. Okay, here we are. So the sentence again, did you all wrote the sentence? It is, tomorrow morning I will be busy, but in the evening I have time. Using subjunctive, tomorrow morning, nesër në mëngjes. Carlo, ¿qué es successo? Your microphone is muted. Okay, nesër në mëngjes do të jem e zënë, por në mbrëmje kam kohë shumë mirë. It's very correct, në mbrëmje kam kohë. Në pjesën e dytë ka dhe mundësi tjetër, është shumë e saktë gjithsesi.
I messed mine up.
Well, okay, oh, sorry, Matthew. Nesër në mëngjes unë do të jem.
Read mine.
Okay. Mir, let me know, or you can correct it.
I rushed mine. Francesca's looks good.
Mir, I'll screen share so others can see also the answers. Okay, here. So. Matthew, you muted me for some reason, por no capo them. Mir, I'll write the correct answer meanwhile, you type yours there. So the correct answer, Francesca, is very correct. Nesër në mëngjes do të jem I zënë, por në mbrëmje. So either the one Francesca wrote, or here's another alternative for në mbrëmje do të jem I lirë, or do të kem kohë, both are correct. Në mbrëmje do të kem kohë. Në mëngjes unë do të jem. Maria Isabel, what will you be tomorrow morning? So you should write something after jem. You said tomorrow morning I will be, but in the evening I will have freedom.
Sorry.
No problem. So, okay, I wrote Francesca's answer is very correct. Check out also the very last answer I wrote. Nesër në mëngjes do të jem I zënë, por në mbrëmje do të jem I lirë, or në mbrëmje do të kem kohë. Or nesër në mëngjes do të jem I zënë, por në mbrëmje kam kohë. Mirë? Kerry?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have other questions for me? This was the lesson I prepared for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click like the video and you can subscribe. There will be one more lesson for this year and the next lesson will be next year. I hope you can make it to the next lesson. Thank you very much, all of you, for being here. And I'll see you in the next one. Halimdechum, Miropashim.
Your passion.
Parmenderi, Mirupavsim.
Miropashim.